Hi everyone, I'm Miss Matheson and I am the Head of Technology for Remote Learning at St Augustine's Priory. This is a training guide or tutorial for both students and parents as you learn to navigate the Google system or the Google suite of applications for education. Today we're going to be covering some basics of the Google systems, including how to access your account and log in, how to make sure that you're using the correct account, and how to access all of your different Google apps. I'll also briefly cover how you join a Google Meet and how you join a Google Classroom. For more information on these specific applications and further applications, I will be producing more training guides in the days to come. So stay tuned for those, and don't forget to press the pause button at any point and rewind and go over items in the video again if you need to slow down or just cover them one more time. Before we begin, I do want to make sure that you've all read the Code of Conduct for safeguarding of students and teachers at St Augustine's Priory. That has been emailed and sent out to parents and to students, and you all should be familiar with that document before we begin. Make sure you know what those rules and expectations are, and you follow those guidelines at all times. It's also really important to know that this is a journey that we are undertaking together, and it's not always going to be easy. There's going to be moments where you figure things out and you're going to have aha light bulb moments. That's brilliant. You're also going to have moments where you get really frustrated and you start to feel a bit overwhelmed with having to learn so much new technology in such a short period of time. This is completely normal, and if you're feeling like this at all, make sure you stop, take a break, and walk away from the computer. Go and do some physical movement or exercise, go outside if you can, or do something to just alleviate that stress. Okay, let's jump right in. For starters, you should be using Chrome as your browser. And we advise all students and parents to be using Chrome as their browser when accessing school applications, either on Google, on Microsoft, or on the VLC. VLE, sorry. VLC is my media player. This is because our Chrome browser supports our school safeguarding software from the back end. And this means that we can keep you safe and you can maintain safe and good practices that we can make sure are in your best interests. So please do make sure you have the Chrome browser. This is a free download that you can access online. There are downloads available for both Android and Apple-based systems, and you can also download the Chrome application or app on a mobile phone, smartphone, or on a tablet if you are using those sorts of devices. All of these downloads and applications are for free, so we are not asking you to download or use any software that you have to pay for. So how do you use your school account and how do you log in? Well, you can see here on my Google page, if you just go to the main Google page, and I have this as my default page when I open up a new tab or window in my browser, you can see I'm logged in because in the top right-hand corner of that browser page, you have this little circular icon. And if I roll my cursor over it, it'll actually show which Google account I'm signed in on at the moment. You know that you're signed into the correct account when that account ends in @sapriory.com. If you are signed in any other account, including any personal Google accounts, or for parents, if you're using additional business accounts, make sure that you are signed out of those and sign into your sapriory.com account to do any schoolwork or access any school documents, files, or applications. You will be denied access if you try and log on or join any school meetings or documents or files using a different account. So you will have that access denied And do not ask for permission. It won't be given. Make sure that you log back in using your sapriory.com account, and you'll be able to access that straight away. Okay, so what happens if you're not actually signed in at all yet? Well, if I sign out of all my accounts there, this will actually show you that the Google page will come up with a little blue button in the top right-hand corner saying sign in. And that's what it looks like there. You can click that, choose the account that you want, enter your password, press next, and it will sign you in. There we go. And I can see that I'm signed into my school account again. That icon may be just an initial, a letter, or you might want to change it with a more personalized photo or image. Do check that image regularly, check that little icon regularly. If you're using other accounts on the one device, it may default automatically to your personal accounts or other business accounts. So do check that icon to make sure that you're logged in through the school account. So how do you access your other applications in Google? Well, this little icon next to that is called the 9-dot grid square pull-down menu, also known as the waffle. If you click that, you'll actually get a list of applications or apps that you use most often. And you can see in my first page here, these are mainly all the apps that I use for school regularly. I also have a second page of other apps that I use from time to time. If the app I want is still not coming up on that, you can either search for it in the More from Apps marketplace down here, or you can simply type the name of the app into the Google search bar. And the first item that comes up on that list will take you straight to that application. Okay. If you need any technical support with your account access, if you've forgotten your passwords, or you need other issues with accessing your account, you need some help troubleshooting those issues, please email our IT department. Patrick and Stephen in our IT department are fantastic and are very quick to respond to tickets that come through that system. So if in doubt, email it@sapriory.com. This will automatically generate a technical support ticket for you, and Patrick and Stephen will help you as soon as they possibly can, which is actually really fast. They're very, very good. Okay. So how do you actually join a Google Meet? This is one of the key Google applications that teachers at SA Priory will be using in the coming weeks and months. We use this to video conference with students. And we've chosen the Google Meet as one of our main video conferencing applications because it's one of the safest available for students and for education purposes, and it meets all of our safeguarding criteria. How do you join? Well, to join a Google Meet, you can click on the app for Google Meet or find it through that search browser. And you might have some meetings scheduled in this opening page. If your teacher has scheduled a meeting for you through their calendar, they will come up and invited you to them. They will come up just below here. You can click straight on that meeting to join it. We are working at the moment on making sure that students can't join meetings without a teacher present and can't initiate meetings. That change will be coming in the future. So just be aware that that may happen very soon. At the moment though, you are as a student able to join or start a meeting on your own without the teacher present. Please be mindful that everything that you do while signed into your Google account can be viewed, checked, or seen at a later date by any of the administrators at school. So make sure you are sticking to that code of conduct and don't be in a meeting without a teacher present if you can help it. The other ways that your teacher might send you a URL for a meeting is through Classroom or through your email. Every time you join or start a meeting, it generates a unique URL, which is the little address that comes up in this line at the top. Okay? Your teacher might have emailed you this URL, and if they have, you can either click directly on the link in your email, or you can simply copy that unique URL and paste it into your search bar, and it will take you straight to the meeting. If you're using Google Classroom and your teacher has set up a unique code for you in a class there, for instance, this is one of my Google Classrooms that I'm using with my students, you will see that unique code in the banner head on this stream of that classroom. Just give it a moment to keep loading. Everyone's trying to use the Wi-Fi at the same time, which I'm sure is a problem you're all familiar with. So you can see that code is coming up in my banner head. And most of your teachers, particularly your form teachers, will ask you to join a class meeting in that way. For form classes, this is where you need to be at the start of your day. You need to jump onto your form Google Classroom and join your meeting using the link in that classroom. Or if your form teacher has sent you the link in a different way, you need to jump on that meeting and be there at the start of the school day. You can also access, it's still loading, you can also access that through the classwork tab. So if you go to classwork, you've got this little icon at the top saying meet. And I've just realized why this is taking a moment to load. It's because I'm signed in here as a test student, and I'm also recording myself through my school Gmail account, a Google account. So because I've got two Google accounts open in the same window at the same time, it's struggling with getting both of those to work at the same time, and you can see that there. When you are coming to join a Google Classroom for the first time, your opening dashboard will look like this. You might have no tiles here yet, or you might have some tiles that look like this one over here on your left-hand side that asks you to join a Google Classroom. Please don't press decline because the teacher will have to resend you that invitation. So press that blue join button to join that class. Oh, it's not letting me at the moment because I'm logged into two accounts simultaneously, but that does normally work. The other way to join a class is through this plus button up in the top right-hand corner. If you roll your cursor over it, it will say join a class. You can put the unique code for that class. Note that it's different to the URL for a Google Meet. It's a 7-digit or 7-figure code, including both numbers and letters. Your teacher may email that code directly to you if they haven't emailed you an invitation already, or they might let you know what that code is in some other way. If you put that code in there and then press join, you will automatically join that class. It's also important to note that all of the materials that you post and use and have access to through the Google Classroom will save automatically into your Google Drive. In fact, all of the Google applications that you use, including Docs, Slides, and Sheets, will save automatically into your Google Drive. And I will include more tutorials in the coming days on how to organize and set up your Google Drive so that you can have access to all of your files and folders and documents anywhere, anytime, online. As a final thing in this video, I do want to draw your attention to some basic video etiquette. So when you are meeting with your teachers on Google Meet, make sure you follow some basic etiquette. I'm going to show you this etiquette here. So if you've been in our training sessions in the morning during form class, you will have already seen these slides. So here are some basic rules. Make sure as soon as you join a meeting that you mute your microphone. If you want to speak, ask a question or make a comment in the chat box and wait for your teacher to give you permission before unmuting yourself and speaking. Also, make sure that your teacher has given you permission before sharing your screen. If you are going to share your screen, make sure you've closed down any other tabs that you don't want other people to see. So anything that's unnecessary, that might slow your Wi-Fi speeds, or anything that's inappropriate, or just simply personal matters that are open in other tabs, such as your Netflix accounts or social media accounts, shut those down before sharing your screen. Make sure that you use headphones where you can. This will minimize any background noise and disruption there. Use a neutral background if you can, and make sure you're dressed appropriately to join a video if you're using the camera and switching your video on. If you've got your video turned off, this may not matter. Make sure that when the meeting comes to a close, when the teacher leaves, that you also leave at that time. Do not stay in a meeting after the teacher has left. If for some reason a teacher has had to remove you from a meeting, make sure that you have permission from that teacher before you rejoin the meeting. The same rules of behavior apply in our virtual classrooms as apply in our physical classrooms. Though, judging by the behavior of you all in the real classrooms at St. Augustine's, I'm sure we won't have any issues. For more training videos as they come, we'll keep you posted. Stay tuned and we'll send them your way as soon as they are made. And if you have a request for a certain training video, then please let us know and we will create that for you all. In the meantime, again, take it easy on yourself. Don't have crazy high expectations of how fast and quickly you'll be able to master this technology. It does take time and practice. So make sure you've got that time and make sure you've allowed yourself some time to just have a play around with these technologies and see how they work. Take it easy on yourself, look after yourself, and keep each other safe. And one final thing, make sure before you post that you think. So remember the rules of think. Is it true? Is it helpful? Is it inspiring? Is it necessary? And most importantly, is it kind? If it is not kind, don't post it. All right. Thanks everyone for joining me. And again, we'll have more videos coming your way soon.